inducing myself, so which I did in my house. I made my research, I induced myself, and I gave birth at 39 weeks and 3 days. The day I gave birth, I vomited after giving birth. Like literally, I was basically vomiting from my um 12 weeks pregnancy up until I gave birth. During my pregnancy days, I was ugly.
It's a matter of the heart. If you need me, then I need you. It's not our fault. It's a matter of the heart.
So hello guys, what's up? Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Ole, and today guys, basically I just decided to share my life experience. Like today is just a kind of sit down video. So basically today I just decided to share my experience, how everything went down with me when I was pregnant. Okay, yeah, initially I didn't know that I was pregnant, which I'll be talking in a different video altogether. Okay, how I got to knew I was pregnant. Okay, in this video I just decided to share how everything went down with me, my first, second and the last trimester before I gave birth. Okay, I didn't know up until 12 weeks or 13 weeks thereabout. So that was when I just decided, okay, let me just carry out a test and see if definitely this is what it is. Okay, because at that moment I was having a kind of stomach bite, and I was vomiting actually, but my mind didn't go towards pregnancy as at that time. Yeah, so on the second time I was like, okay, let me just try out this and see. You never can tell, right? Yeah, so that was what I did at that point, and behold, it was positive. I did it in the house then before I went to the hospital and to do proper scan. Okay, so during that time, specifically during the first trimester, it wasn't really easy because I was just having serious of stomach bites here and there, now and then. Like on daily basis, I was feeling tired. I was feeling like weak. Okay, so and at the same time, I was vomiting. But prior to the time I knew I was pregnant, I wasn't having any sign. I wasn't having any symptoms. As at that point of day one up until that 12 weeks to 13 weeks, I wasn't having any sign at all. Like basically that would tell me that okay, literally I am pregnant, right? Yeah. So that was it. So during the time of that first trimester, before I entered second trimester, I was having a whole lot of a whole lot was definitely going on, and I could remember people telling me, oh, don't worry, all this is gonna stop after your first trimester. I was like, oh wow, that's nice. Okay, if only this vomiting can definitely stop after my first trimester, that would definitely like relieve me, because then it wasn't really easy. Okay, yeah. So after that time we entered second trimester. Like it was still the same thing. I was still vomiting, but one thing that like made me calm down was at that point I had a sister-in-law that was also pregnant. Yeah, so we were just kind of relating more during that time because we share a kind of similar experience and stuff like that. So we are just basically relating in most of the signs and symptoms that we notice here and there. So during that second trimester, all those things was still basically happening to me, and I was gaining weight, still vomiting, and a whole lot was literally happening. But I could remember that it was at that second trimester that I started having heartburn. Like I said, honestly, if pregnancy women do pass through like 10 symptoms, like 10 signs and symptoms during pregnancy journey, I will tell you that I passed through 11 over 10, honestly, because because every day I was vomiting. I could recall my the gyno I had during my antenatal days. I could remember the gyno telling me to drink coconut water. So Yeah, the guy was actually from India, so she recommended coconut water because I was losing weight due to constant vomiting. So almost every day I do take the coconut water. Basically, it was helping me then. Yeah, and other things which I was just, taking just to make sure that at least I feel better and comfortable at least. Yeah, during that time, I was basically selecting food. Like, guys, oh, I was basically selecting food. It's not everything that I eat. I could barely eat meat, fish, all those things I don't eat, despite the fact that I'll be the one to cook. Yeah, I'll be the one to cook, will serve food. Then when I bring out food, it's my husband will just finish everything. My husband will just finish everything, all the meat, because it wasn't really allowing me to eat meat. Yeah. So basically that time I was drinking more of Hollandia yogurt, ice cream, Coke, Fanta, all those things. That was basically what was sustaining me. And people who knew me then would be like, you're just okay, because I wasn't like that was gaining weight actually, but it wasn't really showing on my body due to wasn't eating what I'm supposed to eat. At a point I became skeptical, I became scared. I was like, oh god, I don't want to have shortage of blood, because I knew that it could also pose as a threat to the pregnancy. So I didn't want to have shortage of blood, so I was just doing everything within my reach to make sure that at least something stays in here, because your girl wasn't really eating as she was supposed to eat. Okay, yeah, so that was happening. Then I started having rashes all over my face, my body. I was like, what is this? And if then I was trying to make sure that I cure all those things, but it will still go, another one will pop out just like that. If you see my face, yeah, everything was just like not okay. Yeah, it's just that I haven't started YouTube, that's my channel. Then if not, I would have shown you guys a video on how everything went. Yeah, up until this thing kept happening, even the vomiting throughout my second semester, throughout my second trimester. Actually, what am I even saying? Throughout my second trimester, then we went into the third trimester. Yeah, though before I went into the third trimester, though I was a bit relieved. I think about during my 6 months, yeah, because I was doing a couple of things then. Yes, up until third trimester, I was still doing stuff, but that time basically I kept on vomiting quite alright. At a point, it was as if it's just like a normal lifestyle. I'll just tell my husband, baby, I just want to go and vomit. It'll be like, it's like you're liking this your vomit. I'll be like, that is my only that is the only thing I know I will do now and feel better. Yeah. So I kept on vomiting, I kept on having um heartburn. That was another thing that gave me it dealt with me, honestly. Heartburn really dealt with me, because then it wasn't allowing me to eat as well. So I was having heartburn, I couldn't sleep, like sleepless night, vomiting, just hiccups here and there, challenges. So that was basically what was happening then. Yeah. Then though towards um 8 months, we've already started going from one hospital to another, trying to find out where we'll deliver, because the hospital where we were actually doing our antenatal, something happened, so they had to close down the hospital and change it to COVID-19 center, right, where people just come in and take their COVID and stuff like that. So that really affected us. So we started looking for an alternative where we'll give birth. Yeah, so though I'll be talking about that on a separate video, how the stress we pass through, changing hospital upon hospital, like I will be talking about that in my next video. But for now, I just want to tell you guys my experience, how everything went down with me, because I know it wasn't really funny. So during that my 8 months, I started feeling like I cannot really explain how I was feeling, but I know for sure that my body, I was like kind of having pains. Yeah, I was having pains. Like sometimes I cannot even stand up from the bed. My legs actually swelled up during that time. I was not able to wear shoes up until 9 months. I could remember when I was 36, right? 36 weeks, 36 weeks down. There was these things that I started using just to make sure that the delivery would just go smoothly. That was raspberry tea. I used prime rose oil. Yeah, basically these two. I was using prime rose oil and raspberry tea from my 36 weeks. Yes, up until when I gave birth. Yeah, it was during the time I gave birth that I took lemon verbena tea and apricot juice and so on and so forth, which I used to induce my labor, because labor wasn't coming forth. Yeah, during that time, when I was 38 weeks, that I had an appointment with my doctor. So she was like, see, Loria, if you don't put to bed exactly on your 40th week, you will definitely be coming the next day for an induction based on your body system. I said, okay ma'am, thank you. So when I left the hospital, I was kind of nervous, So I had to do my research. Okay, I was like, okay, since this thing is not coming forth, why don't I give a try to, inducing myself? So which I did in my house. I made my research, I induced myself, and I gave birth at 39 weeks and 3 days. Yes. So but I will be doing a separate video on the things I took that helped me, induce my labor at home without necessarily, doing the whole induction at the hospital. Yeah, because then I was hearing so many stories. Oh, it's painful, this and that. So like, I haven't done it before, so I didn't literally wanted to go through the stress of doing what I have not done before, especially at that point in time that I know that I was basically pressurized, right? Yeah, so that was what prompted me to make my research, induce myself, and it worked for me. Yeah, so basically, even on the day that I gave birth, guys, the day I gave birth, I vomited after giving birth. Like literally, I was basically vomiting from my 12 weeks pregnancy up until I gave birth. Basically almost every day. So it was when I gave birth, as the baby came forth, the next thing, the nurses came. They actually gave me egg, tea, and one juice like that. Yeah, so I just managed to eat. So after eating, I vomited again. So it was after vomiting again, after giving birth, and after eating, then they took me to the bathroom, helped me actually to take my bath because I couldn't walk well. Then it was at that point that I started asking them, please ma'am, just let me know, is this really okay? I don't know why I should be vomiting even after giving birth, because at that point I was kind of being nervous. They were like, oh, don't worry, it's okay, right? Yeah. So that was the last time I could recall that I vomited throughout my pregnancy journey. So I just wanted to share this insight to you guys, especially those who feel that okay, they are vomiting too much in pregnancy. Okay, they are doing this one, like basically this one is happening to you, and we are kind of trying to feel bad or trying to feel somehow. I'm just here encouraging you. See, just calm down, you can do it. Yeah, if actually I was able to do it, definitely you can. Okay, you can. You're gonna do it and you're gonna come strong out of it. Okay, so just relax, you can do it, because I know for sure that I did it and God was definitely on my side. I gave birth to a beautiful daughter. Though I forgot to tell you guys something, that during my pregnancy days I was ugly. I'm sorry guys. Yeah, I know I have to say it. During my pregnancy days I was ugly, very very ugly. But then, you know then I wasn't feeling it, right? I wasn't feeling that I am ugly. But it's now that when I look at those pictures that I took then, I'll be like, oh babe, you ugly. I was literally ugly. If you see my face, ooh. So that was basically what pregnancy cost me, and I'm thankful for God for making everything works out fine and smooth for me. Okay, yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video inspires you, and I'll definitely be seeing you guys in my next one. Bye.